Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
You wanted a boy.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
It's for sure. There it is. Stick it straight up. Somebody has to pee.
So when I walked outside, I took out my phone and I text Keisha, and I was just like, "Hey, are y'all at home?" And she was like, "Yeah," because at the time Jackson was at her house, playing with her son or whatever. Because they're out for the summer. He was at her house playing with her son, and I was just like, "Okay, I'm about to come over there." She was like, "Everything okay?" I was like, "Me and D just got into it, so I'm about to walk over there." She said, "You walking?" I said, "Yeah, I'm about to walk over there. I'll be there soon. I'll tell you what's going on when I get there." So like I said, at this time, me and Keisha, we had became cool, and I was confiding in her, but I didn't tell her about the fights, like the physical part. Like I told her about the arguments, but I didn't tell her about the physical parts. And then I downplayed some of the physical parts, and I was like, "Oh well." When she'll ask about a bruise here and there, it was me downplaying the physical part. Like, "Oh well, he just grabbed me. You know how he could be, you know." So she didn't know. So I'm walking. Mind you, this man had just put his hands on me, and I'm pregnant. I'm like 22 weeks pregnant. Just found out I'm having his son. That he was threatening me the entire pregnancy up until this point. I better be having his son. Just found out I'm having a son. I'm supposed to be moving to Maryland next month. That following month, we're supposed to be moving to Maryland. I already got jobs lined up. So it's like, fuck, what am I doing? What am I doing? So I'm limping to Keisha's house because he hit me one good time in my leg, and it fucked up my leg. So I'm like, I'm limping a little bit. So just imagine my light-skinned ass walking to Keisha's house, pregnant, limping. So I get to Keisha's house, I knock on the door, she opened it, and she saw how red I was. And Quentin and Charles was there as well, because you know they are friends, and Quentin is Keisha's boyfriend. So I limp in the house, and they were just like, "You okay?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And they was like, "No, are you okay?" And I started to tear up, and I was just like, me and D just got into it. Like we just got into it, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I just needed to just get a break for a little bit, just get out the house for a little bit. And Quentin was like, he put his hands on you, and I just looked up at him, and I said, he was like, "No, he can't be doing that. He cannot be doing that." And I'm sitting there, and I'm quiet, and then Quentin and Charles, they go to talking about it, because Quentin's heated. He's heated about it. It's like, "Oh, he can't be doing that. He can't be doing that." And D started calling me. When he called me, he was like, "Where you at?" I was like, I'm just walking. I'm about to get ready to walk. I'm about to come ready to come back." He was like, "No, where you at? Where you at?" And then Quentin was like, "D, you can't be putting your hands on him." He was like, "You at my friend's house?" I said, "No, Keisha's here." I'm like, I can't hear to talk to Keisha. She was like, "You at my friend's house? Like you went to my boy's house?" He was like, "All right, okay, I'm on my way." And I'm like, and he hung up the phone. And I looked at him. I looked at Quentin, Charles, Keisha, and they looking at me, because at this point, they're concerned. They're concerned. And like I said, Keisha stayed to a 2-minute drive from my house. So within 2 minutes, he was pulling into the parking lot, banging on the door. Quentin opened the door and was like, "D, you need to calm down." He was like, "Kiana, let's go." And I looked at him. Quentin was like, "D, you need to calm down." He was like, "Kiana, let's go." So I stood up, and like I had my head down, and I walked, got outside, and got in the car. Got in the car, he didn't say nothing. Not a thing. Nothing. So I'm like, okay. We get back to the house. I get out the car. He get out the car. He go up the stairs first. He opened the door. And I'm walking up the stairs. He's just looking at me, holding the door open for me. I get in the house. He slammed the door shut and pushed me against the door. And he was just like, he had his hand against my throat. He was just like, you went to my friend's house? My friend's house? I'm just like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I went to talk to Keisha because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, but I wasn't trying to tell them what happened. He's like, you telling people what's going on in our house? Like, you don't tell outside people what's going on in our house, but you told my boys? My boys? I was like, I just really wanted to go for a walk because I know you need to calm down and I needed to calm down. And as I'm like standing there, and then he had his hand around my throat, he backed up. He put his hand down and he backed up. It was like, I'm going to show you because you don't listen. He was like, you don't listen. You just want me to have to beat you into submission, huh? I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, I started holding my stomach. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't, like, what are you talking about? You don't have to beat me into submission. I'm like, I'm listening to you. You told me I can go for a walk, so I went for a walk. I'm like, I went for a walk, but I wanted to see my friend. I'm like, I just wanted to see my friend. I needed to talk to my friend. And as I'm talking to him, he's looking around. And his eyes fixated on our dog's giant bone. The bone is like this big, this thick. So if you ever went to PetSmart or anything, you see the real big white giant bones, that's the bone. He picked up the bone and he looked at me. He was like, so you want to go to my friends? You want to like tell people like what's going on, huh? You want to tell people about what's going on in our house? And I'm just like, D, no. D, stop, please stop. Like, think about what you're doing. I'm pleading him, like, please. And he just swinging like, no, you ain't gonna learn. And then he just went to swinging, like, just, didn't I tell you always sit up there fucking up shit I got going on? And he just swinging, and I'm just on the floor holding my stomach. I'm just like, D, stop. Like, D, stop. I'm like, please stop. I'm like, I'm carrying your son. I got your son. Maybe like 20 hits later, he stopped. And when he stopped, I'm still sitting on the floor in the fetal position, holding my stomach. And I'm just like, please. I'm like, please, just stop. And he was like, shut the fuck up, I done stopped. And I opened my eyes, and I looked at him. And he was just like, you gonna learn to stop playing with me. You gonna learn to stop playing with me, Slim. And then he went in the room. When he went in the room, I still stayed there in the fetal position, just like, what the fuck? And then I got up, I walked to the room, and I went in the closet. Like I said, the last time that something this major happened, the closet was my safe place. So I go in the bathroom, I go in the closet, and I sit down in the fetal position, holding my stomach, and just praying. Because I'm just like, I don't know.